Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another player interview. This time I'm here with Eden, who had an amazing weekend at the Columbus LCQ. So Eden, tell us what event you went to and how you did at the event.
I played day one at the Columbus LCQ and ended up getting third with only one loss, and that was to a Pronga player around 4, I believe.
Did you play day two as well or no?
My friends that didn't have their invite, one of them got their invite, and the other one didn't, but they wanted to go home early, so we ended up. I played round one, and then we left.
Gotcha.
I ended up being a bounty day two, and I played round one and left. So.
Nice. So you gave away some packs. That's pretty sweet, man. Like playing in the first day, getting an awesome finish at the end, pretty dope. And you said that I know you won a regional previously to this, and you played the same exact deck list from then to now.
So I actually got fourth at Chicago Celebration event with this exact deck. There was a 1-card difference since Super Shenron was a deck back then. I didn't play the green Frieza surprise attack. I played Black Mass Saiyan instead, and that was really the only difference, except for instead of playing the new 4-drop Bardock over round 4, I played Dimensional Banisher Fu. Was the only other difference in the main deck.
Right, because Bardock wasn't out yet. And then you played the same deck at another event too?
Yeah, I played it at the Chicago Celebrations, got fourth, won Columbus, and got third at this Columbus.
Nice, man. So same deck has been doing really well for you. I mean, I too, like I played Blue Yellow Skilless for a really long time. So what is it about this deck that you think works for you? Is it just like your play style? Do you think you just know it really well? Like what do you think it is about the deck that seems to perform well for you?
So I don't now. I think I know it well, but the funny thing is at Chicago, on Sunday was the first time me ever playing the deck, and my thing about this deck, it's just super consistent, and it's like my only teammates tell me not to play this deck. They're like, "Why would you play this deck? It's not that great. Other decks are better." But I'm just like, I just want to play the most consistent deck in the format, and I just want to be able to play every single game possible.
Gotcha. And yeah, I mean, back then, like during the height of Mastery, during Chicago and the last Columbus, Skilless was very popular. But even now with Skilless kind of dying off in popularity, do you still feel like it's as strong as it was? Do you feel like it's gotten weaker? Do you feel like it stayed the same? What do you think?
I think it got weaker, but like my version is a lot different than everybody else's. So everybody else plays bombs in their deck. They either play like the 7-drop Vegeta where they can fusion into it, or they play like Demigirl or anything. I don't play any bombs. My plan is just like to go wide and swing.
Gotcha. And do you ever run into issues like, is striving really bad for you? Is Kami really bad for you? Do those things hurt a lot, or you kind of just like figure out ways to play around them?
So board wipes aren't that big of a deal because this deck gets so much advantage, like hand wise, that you can just rebuild a board pretty fast. Like in my last round on Saturday, I played against Pronga, and he 3-drop Pronga me twice, 2 turns in a row. And then on the third turn, after the turn after he did it to me a second time, I just ended up killing him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, striving, you can play around striving. It's the hardest card to beat. I didn't expect people to play it, so I did not have an out to it. And you just kind of just sit on a kick queue and bring out your 3-drop vanillas and just keep on attacking with those. Right,
kind of just go over the top of it. And then one more question I have about like how the deck kind of plays. So against Shenron, for example, me playing Skilless too, my experience was I wanted to play a lot of cards to take life, so I played like Source of Power. I played the 1-drop crit Krillin because I was playing yellow. But you have a little bit less self-awaken, but do you still feel like you want to aggro them? Do you feel like you want to just try and survive the kill shot? Like, what is your main strat against Shenron?
My main is just get a pan, swing with it, and hopefully I awaken it. If not, like in the last round, I was stuck at 7 life because he played striving to be best. Turn 2, and then he prunged me, and then he played another one. So I literally couldn't awaken. So I ended up killing him I was still at 7 life when I killed him.
And he wasn't able to just like drop the boss monster and do his thing? Like that wasn't in his...
I think he was short like a mana because I forced injection him.
Gotcha.
And he didn't have a lot of cards in hand because he had to defend his life because I was swinging 30k every turn with Majin Boos and 15k with my leader every turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we'll get into the the deck and the card choices and whatnot. So 10 ways to get to a ball in general. 4 Kid Goku, 6 balls. I think that's a great number. Bonds of Friendship, Android 8. So this combo was absolutely crucial during Height of Mastery format, but in the current format, are there any real matchups where you really want to establish Android 8 and use Kid Goku to pop things?
The Shinjita matchups it's insane. It's like the only matchup that it actually matters in. Most other decks you can just you should have enough combo power in your hand because this deck draws so many cards.
Right.
That you don't have to worry about it because on the backside your leader says draw 2 every turn. That's it. You don't have to have the Android out. It's also just like a threat against everything. So they can't get rid of your Gokus. They have to get rid of your Android 8s first.
That is true. That's definitely true. Yeah, I mean, if they get rid of the Kid Goku, they just lost a free card. So I definitely can get that. And then moving over to the 3 talent pan. So did you ever wish you had more Self-Awaken in the deck? Because with only 3 in the deck, it seems like sometimes you can get stalled out, like you kind of just talked about. So did you ever wish you had anything else to Self-Awaken?
No, I didn't. With only playing like the minimal blue, I don't think there was anything that was as relevant because in this deck you don't really need to awaken. It's just really nice. Like I said in the last run, I didn't awaken. Also, when I won Columbus, when I played Janemba, I didn't awaken either. I just you can just aggro your opponent out without awakening because your leader's still a 15k swing every single turn.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely one of the nice things about it is that you can be very aggressive because of the 15k, and if you don't ever awaken, it's not too bad because you still draw a card every turn. You're still 15. That is definitely huge. Were there ever any rounds throughout the day where you just didn't see ball and that kind of didn't allow you to play, or did that never really happen?
So with playing 10, a fifth of my deck is ball. It's very unlikely for you not to draw it. It didn't happen day 1, but day 2, my first round opponent was Janemba, Tricolor Janemba, and game 1 and 3, I did not see a ball until game 3, turn 5, and I used my leader ability once that between those 2 games.
So with that being like a potential, mishap with the deck not being able to see ball, how do you consider the deck the most consistent deck in the format if that is a potential thing that can happen?
So I played 7. That was 8 rounds yesterday between that 1 round and that 7. If I'm taking 1 loss out of like 8 or 9 rounds, that's like due to that error. I think that's fine enough.
That's fair enough. Yeah, go ahead.
It's also there was none in my life. All of them were in my deck, and I didn't draw any for 6 turns.
Fair enough. So the only reason I asked is because
I've
been screwed on that a lot of times, but that's the only reason I asked. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
Oh, you're good. But also against the Janem, I can power if they mill a Kiku, I can power burst into it.
Right.
But I also didn't mill a Kiku either.
Yeah, so a little bit of bad RNG.
Yeah, it's never gonna realistically happen. It's just it's very bad luck.
Gotcha. So going through the rest of the main deck, 3 Hidden Power East Supreme Kai kind of seems like a lot, but what was your justification for 3?
So since you don't play any bombs in the deck, you need to filter through your deck and land. You can double strike twice in a turn. Mm-hmm. So if you swing with a Majin Buu and you chomp it, that's 40k. A lot of decks aren't gonna try a combo of it if they're at 4, and then you can bring out another dude and swing and go all in on that one attack. So you need multiple chompas to try and kill your opponent.
Gotcha. And then the overall lineup seems really good. And then I am curious about the one of Surprise Attack Frieza. Was the card good? Kind of irrelevant? What did you think about it?
It's cute. That card could be literally anything in the deck. It's the flex spot. Like I said, when Chicago it was Black Mass Saiyan. I don't know what it should be now. It was it was cool. That's all it was.
Gotcha.
It wasn't anything special.
Just like a little bit of free board presence with a crit. Yeah, I mean crit.
Yeah.
Always good. So can't complain about it.
Best mechanic in the game.
Right. And going over to the sideboard. So I think your sideboard is very interesting. 3 desperate measures. What did you specifically want this against?
So I was going to play multiple TNs, but my friend Nam told me to play desperate measures for the legitimate matchup since they're all counterplays, and it outs it. Also, a cool interaction is if you swing with a vanilla and then you play a card, because a lot of times to play around all the card plays, you swing with all your stuff first and then you make a play.
Right.
So they'll do a counterplay. You can bounce, you can negate their counterplay and bounce back a vanilla, so you have a 10k combo in your hand.
That is pretty sweet, actually. Yeah, bouncing back Goku Vegeta for another combo, especially like a crucial turn where you have to survive. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, or you could it's happened once. I bounced back, I negated a counterplay, and I bounced back a Goku or Vegeta that I swung with earlier. And then I comboed with it on another attack, and then I played a Krillin because I only had 1/2 drop.
That's pretty legit. Moving on to the Force Rejection. I have a question about this. So and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like throughout your sideboard, like Force Rejection is really the only Shenron hate. And if that's true, did you ever wish you had a little bit more Shenron hate?
So that's the only deck that I was actually worried about going into the event. But I think my main deck does a good enough job to beat it.
Okay.
Just because that deck doesn't have any combo power. Right. If I'm swinging with 20Ks, 30Ks every single turn, they're literally wasting their hand or they're taking their life. That's another thing about this deck, that if I swing with like a 30K, you have to waste at least 2 cards, otherwise you're taking it, and then I'm just gaining advantage by you discarding cards.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing you did mention before was not expecting so much striving. So if you were going to play an answer to striving, what would it be?
Trunk Sweeper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So pay 2 for that, bounces it back to their hand. Yep.
I think it's the only out in the game that's blue to striving.
Gotcha. Yeah, and funnily enough, actually, you could desperate measures it too if that ever seemed relevant.
See, the problem with doing that is a lot of times striving only matters if they go first. Mm-hmm. And turn 1, you always want to play a Kiku, right. So you never want to leave a mana open. That's
fair enough. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. And then the 3 Haru. So was this pretty much just like Yellow Broly? Like, I don't know. This card, a lot of people have been taking out of their side decks. So do you think it's still worth playing? What do you think about it?
So in my deck, it's a lot different. Since I can draw so many cards if I get to turn 4 or whatever, turn 4 or 5. It's really good turn 5 because I can use Kiku's ability to bring out a vanilla and play Haru on tap my 4 mana, and then use 2 mana play a Krillin or use another Kid Goku to bring out another vanilla. So it's more relevant that way. I think I used it once throughout the whole event. I played 3 yellow blue Broly decks. But yeah, I think I only used it once. It was, I don't know if it's actually worth it. It's also just another aggro piece against that deck, because they're all self-awakening, so they're always taking life. And then when you're swinging with 30Ks and 20Ks, that deck doesn't draw as many cards. So you just can super aggressive aggro your opponent.
Gotcha.
With just your big dude. It's not even you're aggressive. It's more that your dudes are just bigger at every single chance, every single attack.
Yeah, you just get really valuable trades, swinging for a 20 out of 15 or a 30 out of 15. Yeah, that's a really, really good trade. If anyone listening is not super familiar with card advantage, you're just putting your opponent in a position where they have to neg really hard to not take a damage or take a damage. I think is probably a decent way to sum it up, right?
Yeah.
And then we have Ultimate Judgment Jocko at 3. This is probably for U6 and Apes, right?
Yeah, it's for the red-yellow Ape deck and the U6 Kaba deck.
Gotcha, and it performed pretty well?
I didn't use it once.
Did you not face those decks, or?
No, I didn't face those decks at all.
Gotcha, but still good to have. I mean, it seemed pretty popular.
Yeah, I played Janemba round 1, and the rest were Shenron / Purunga decks and Broly.
Gotcha. A lot of Shenron. Yeah, I saw that in the breakdown of the room. There's 11 Shenron, 11 Purunga in the room of about 100 players. So, I mean, almost 25% of the room was playing that deck. So that's pretty steep odds. And then the one God Strike, I absolutely love it in Bean decks. I mean, was this card like clutch all day?
I didn't use it at all, but at Columbus, at the actual regional, I got one of my top 16 opponent. I left one blue mana open. He swung in, went deep, and I since he being God Striked and took the 1 damage and killed him on the backswing.
Yeah, those type of situations, especially in Skilless, where you do draw all those cards, like it's really solid. I am curious about the time rule with Toa. What was that coming in against? Like, did you expect to play against a lot of mirror matches, or was there something else where this was particularly useful in?
No. So the funny story is at the regional, my only loss was against Toa because I didn't know what the deck did. And now that I know what the deck does, and after Jordan Markle winning the PVT with the Skilless version, if I don't see my Kid Goku, I can play Toa to take theirs.
Gotcha.
Or I can stop them from gaining advantage by stealing their time regulators.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, take their time regulators, and you even play a decent amount of black, so you can actually probably trigger off of it, which is pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. And then the one of TN, was this just like the 15th card? Like, I know you mentioned you wanted to play more TN, but did you just not find like a better card to play?
Yeah, it was more of like I didn't know what else was fighting against Shenron was the main thing, and like I think I already have a really good Janema matchup because typically when I play against Janema, I still draw every and awaken, draw 2 every single turn because my deck just puts so much pressure on them. They just waste their hand, especially with the new version. They're not playing like a lot of super combos. Yeah. So like they're not like refilling their hand. They're actually just like wasting cards.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, swinging 30k as a Janemba has always been really good, but yeah, when they have less combo power in the deck, it's even better for sure. So that's pretty much the whole deck, Eden. Anything you want to say about the event? Any shout outs you want to give before we kind of wrap up?
Yeah, the event was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Shout out to Eddie for lying to me round 6. If you guys are in the group, if you guys were there, you guys might know he promised me if I won my round 6 that I could be on stream, because out of all 3 events that I've taught yet, and it's more of like a running joke between me and my friends, but I won. Me and my opponent went to go sit on the stream, and they were like, "Oh, you guys weren't the ones that were picked for the stream."
Oof.
And yeah, and so it's more of a joke now and everything. But shout outs to DBS Decks for letting me join the team and stuff. Shout out to my friends, Jacob for coming along. My friend Craig, who actually played the exact same deck as me. He didn't get his invite. I think it's just he didn't play test enough. But he plans on going to National with me. He's probably going to play this exact deck again, and we'll probably end up just playing the same exact deck for literally every event, because my friend Blake played this exact deck at the Columbus Regional and talked with it also.
Gotcha, man. So Eden, thanks for being on. Congratulations again, man, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.